Promised you a great man. Andre, the child Hulkamania is running wild.
I haven't noticed, but I guess all those Vince McMahon clips are going to be out of the new opens. I got to start paying attention to that.
I thought about that the other day too.
Isn't that kind of weird?
Boy, it's crazy.
Yeah,
right?
It's that. Yeah, I was talking to Landon about that actually, like, and about how like it's just, it's very odd.
Whoever thought it would end like that?
Right? Nobody.
Yeah, the run would end like that. So
this can't. Man, I just thought about this. Like, this is the biggest night of my career, and it can't be talked about ever anymore.
It's erased from history.
Holy shit! I just realized that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't happen, Dylan.
Legitimately.
So
holy shit!
Are they going to take all the Vince McMahon stuff off the?
No, they can't do that. That'd be impossible.
Yeah, they can't take it all, but this will never be taught. Man. Oh, this sucks, guys. I just realized how much this sucks now.
You got redacted, buddy.
Yeah.
So catch Tony up on what the storyline is here as we see Jonathan Coachman handing Vince McMahon.
So it was revealed that Vince had an illegitimate child, and leading up to this, that it would be revealed. Now, this was in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which was my wrestling hometown. And it was rumored, obviously, for months and months that it was going to be Mr. Kennedy, Ken Anderson, and who was out with injury at the time.
And he's from Green Bay, right?
He's from Green Bay, so everything kind of made sense.
Yes.
And I think this was shortly after the Benoit situation to kind of take the thought of that away as well. And
the Benoit stuff happened in June, right? And this is September.
Yep. But it was revealed because remember they were going to do like Vince's funeral that same week.
Yes.
And so then it came out that was kind of a hoax thing, and they revealed that he had a son that he didn't know about.
Yeah. We used to hear forever that Vince wore a hairpiece, and I always would argue that, but I could see where right there you would think, yeah, that maybe right on top there. Maybe. I mean, we know it's not now.
Yeah.
I could be sold on it. What do you think of this storyline, Tony? Can you believe that there was actually an illegitimate son storyline in WWE? This sounds like Days of Our Lives more than WWE, does it not?
Yes. Listen, I can believe anything. When it comes to wrestling, I can believe any freaking thing. So, Jonathan Coachman played a heel here? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a heel pretty regular in
almost his whole run. He was kind of the new age like stooge to Vince and Regal and everything. And then even his commentary was more heel. So
how was he to work with, Coach?
Awesome. He was so much fun, and he got it. He didn't mind being the Wile E. Coyote to my Roadrunner. Weekly. Literally, we do stuff every week, and it was him just getting everything turned around on him. So it was a really, him and I were always very, very, very good friends.
This is the era where they're still doing the bullshit ECW too, right?
Yeah, which you'll see later with Sandman. And I know Balls is out there, but they had an issue. I can get into it later. Well, you'll notice Sandman stays out there longer because all the clues for the son matched up with him, and they had to kind of give him the hook out because he wouldn't leave because he kept just saying, that matches with me. I'm fine. I'm staying. And they had to kick him out.
That's hilarious.
Wow, the era of the signs and
man, I miss it. I miss signs. I just showed Landon there's Conrad. I'm not sure if you saw it. There was a picture of just the legitimacy of the Attitude Era. And it was just a plethora of signs. And I showed Landon. I said, man, look how it was. But for me, it would suck because I wouldn't be able to see anything. If I went to wrestling, I would be able to see nothing because of all the signs. It would be awful for me.
Yeah.
But man, thinking about that now, that's something now it's just cell phones. No one's holding a sign. Everyone's holding their cell phone. And
Yeah.
it's just such a different change in times.
Yeah. There's some sites now, but a lot of them are just,
Wanting to get their
Smart.
website over.
Exactly.
Great Khali. That had to be a fun photo op. You and he ever do a photo op?
He was my first when I got hired by WWE in 2006. He was part of my first traveling car. It was me, Khali, Davari, and Mark Henry. And
What a fucking crew that was.
we would go into the Denny's or something, and Khali I would hold his pinky, and he would go, "This my son, man. This my son." And he would like sit me on the stool.
Oh my god.
We had fun. He truly was like a friend of mine, and just the shenanigans. And then we would bring Tommy Dreamer into the fold too, and the three of us we had our fun.
What a
And
freaking crew.
he's such a good-hearted guy, and he deep down he knew he wasn't great, but he knew he was making a ton of money.
Yes.
So he was very happy to be there.
Well, I know when I think of all the great performers who held the big gold belt, I think of Ric Flair, Great Khali.
Dylan knew the punchline was coming up before he even finished. He was laughing immediately.
Set it up. He knew. So who was that?
I couldn't hold back on that one, guys.
Remind everybody who the mouthpiece for Great Khali here is, and in real
Ranjan
life.
Singh, writer Dave Kapoor, still with the company. I'm pretty positive.
Yep.
And he was literally a translator for Khali for his promos, and then he just turned into the mouthpiece on screen for Khali.
I always think it's cool when you find out like some of these ancillary characters also had a real life gig behind the scenes in the company.
Yeah.
JBL, man, one of the great heels of this era, and maybe a controversial figure depending on who you believe. What was your experience like with John?
I love JBL. I always did. I still to this day. I did him and Briscoe's podcast, and we had just such a blast. And John will admit it. I think he'll truly admit it. Like when he gets called out for the bullying, I just go like, yeah, you're a bully when there's a group of people around because you like to pop the boys. That's all it is. That's all it ever was. If it was just you and him, it never was how people like say. He was just trying to pop the boys to get over on another person, which once you realize that, guys, I've been bullied a good amount of my life growing up. If you don't give the bully the pop or the reaction, they don't do it anymore. So if you make fun of yourself, like I do, and I always have, and growing up, it doesn't give the bully their payoff. And that's something I live by, and I tell kids when I do, speaking engagements or all this stuff. If you don't give them the reaction they're looking for, they stop instantly. But I love JBL, man. I always have.